Have you ever felt something's wrong in your relationship, but you just can't quite put a finger on it? We are diving into unseen dangers in love to expose these silent threats. Welcome to Eternal Amour, where today's journey uncovers the hidden traps in love that can break even the strongest hearts. Our guide in this eye-opening adventure is none other than Esther Perel, a world-renowned therapist who's uncovered the secret pitfalls in love. She is here to reveal the unseen emotional landmines that can tear love apart, from the cold shoulder to the unspoken resentments. Picture this, a couple lost in confusion and sadness, not knowing why they are unhappy. Esther's insights will shine a light on these dark corners of relationships, helping us understand and navigate through them. Get ready for a revealing journey into love's silent dangers, indifference, neglect, and hidden conflicts. More than uncovering these threats, we are on a path to healing, empowerment, and turning relationships into havens of love and respect. Join us at Eternal Amour to face and conquer love's hidden battles. Let's dive into the brilliant insights of Esther Perel.
I think there's a number of things in a relationship that become the kind of cornerstones of the demise, okay? And I'm not going to list them in order, but they all are part of each other. Indifference and contempt and neglect and violence are probably the four most important.
Okay.
I'm not talking about big violence. Microaggressions are plenty. Indifference, when you start to feel like the other person fundamentally is not really caring about you anymore, or you don't care about them, what they feel, what they think, who they are, what they're about. It's also when you are indifferent, you degrade the other person. They're less important to you, they don't matter. And ultimately what we feel in relationships is that we matter. That is the essential reason for connecting to people, is that we are creatures of meaning.
Right.
I matter to you. I'm someone. You care about me. You want my well-being. You're proud of me. You want good for me. You're benevolent. All of that. When you are indifferent, the whole thing goes. And then you start to, there's that coldness that creeps in, that sense of estrangement, that complete disconnect. The second one is neglect. Neglect, when people just basically take each other for granted. You know, they take more care of their car than of their partner. You know, everything gets priority, everything gets reviewed, evaluated, tended to, 360s, you name it. You know, new input. My God, it's like people have this idea that they put it all in when they were dating, and then once they seal the knot, it's like as if they tie the knot, it's like now they don't have to do squat anymore. And they go into this kind of complete sense of complacency and laziness. It's an amazing thing. They think this thing is just going to live on its own. Violence, the abuse, the level of disrespect. I mean, most people talk nicer to anybody else than their partner when a relationship degrades. Because you can't get away with it. Because you can't get away with it. Because if you talk like this at work, you're gone. Because if you talk like this with the police, you're gone. Because if you talk like this on the street, you're being punched. But with your partner, you have that sense that they're going to be there anyway. They're just going to take it because it's family. And family is this thing that doesn't dissolve so easily. So you can just lash out at them and talk to them with a tone and a dismissal that is phenomenal. So that kind of violence. I'm not talking physical violence and all the other big things. And then contempt, I think, is the top one. Contempt is the killer of them all. Because in the contempt, there's the degradation of the other. It's that complete, you're nothing. You're nothing. I can kill you with that one gaze, that one eyebrow that goes up, you know, who do you think you are? What are? And that's it. You're done. You're done. After having been so in love and so romantic. The truth is this: there's only two relationships that resemble each other. The one you have with your parents or the people who raise you, and the one you have with the people you fall in love with. People can sit in my office all the time and say, I have this with no one else. I don't have this with anybody at work. Nobody among my friends ever thinks like that. You're the only one who speaks like this or thinks this about me or with whom I do this. No. You're the only one, and now we go back in history. And I'm sorry to be the psychologist, but that's really...
Right.
It is the place where we often learned about closeness, trust, loyalty, commitment, sharing, taking, receiving, asking, all these essential verbs of relationships, we learn that at home. Possessiveness, vengeance,
Yes.
you name them. The beauty
Anger.
and the not beauty.
Yeah.
And we bring that with us, and we often promise ourselves, I'll never be this one. I'll never be this way. I'll never talk like this. And then we feel ashamed about it. And since we don't like to feel ashamed about it, we hide it. And one of the way we hide it is we blame the partner. That's just one of the ways. There's a lot. We are very resourceful in not owning our shit.